I don't think I could afford to live in the US anymore unless I went back to work, which I don't really want to do. So I had to find a place that was like super inexpensive. And I was going to go back in September. Then I extended my stay into October because I just don't want to leave this place now. I just love it so much. I can live right now. I'm living on about $1,000 a month, and I feel like I live really well. Da Nang is really the perfect place for me because it's got amazing food. It's got a beautiful beach.
So this is Dan of Vagabond Awake, and today we have John on the channel, and we're delighted to have him. Welcome to the channel, John.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So, John, where are you from, and where are you sitting right now?
Well, originally I'm from upstate New York, and then about, let's see, in 2008, I moved out to San Francisco, and I lived there up until about 2020, and then I moved to a place called Puerto Escondido, Mexico. Right now, I'm in Da Nang, and I'm just in my apartment, chilling out on my bed, as you can see.
Yeah.
Just relaxing and enjoying life. Getting ready to, after I get off this call, I'll probably go down to the little boardwalk beach area and grab a coffee, hang out, grab something to eat, walk around.
Very cool. Very cool. So, what made you think I'm going to leave my home country? Because now you've been to Mexico, Puerto Escondido, and then now you're in Vietnam.
I had thought about it since about 2018. I started thinking how it would be nice because I love the tropical weather. My father took me to Jamaica at a really young age, and so I was brought up by the tropics and just being around the ocean. I love to be in the ocean as much as possible. So I think it was about 2017 or 18. I was still traveling for like 3 or 4 months at a time then. I would work for like 8 months in San Francisco, and then I would take off for 3 or 4 months. I'd go to Thailand, and Philippines, Costa Rica, Jamaica, just bouncing around. Right after COVID, that's when I was like, who knows what's going to happen next? So I'm like, I got to just get out and live life. And, I retired a lot earlier than I was supposed to. And Mexico was the only place that was open at the time. So I went down and I really fell in love with this place called Puerto Escondido. It's a really amazing place. But after being there for 3 years, I was DJing there. I had a really good life. I just decided that I would pop back over to Asia. And as soon as I hit Da Nang, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay here for a while.
Great. I've been to both places. Those are both great picks.
You've been to Puerto Escondido as well?
Yeah, I've been all over Mexico, and Puerto Escondido is one of my favorites, actually. It's a great spot.
Yeah, I love it. It's amazing. I'm going to actually, all my stuff is still there. A lot of my music stuff is my synthesizers, and my studio is still there. So next month, I'm going to visit my mom. So first I got to fly to San Francisco and then down to Mexico to pick up my stuff, and then go visit her in Florida, and then back to Vietnam.
How did you pick Da Nang? Was videos or people talking about it? What was the...
It was either one of your videos and there were a bunch of different videos that I had checked out. I had already been on the, in Puerto Escondido. So I had already been in the beach area for 3 years. So I was like, maybe it'd be a nice time to go to a city. So I booked 1 week in Ho Chi Minh City, went to Ho Chi Minh City, and I was like, you know what? I'm over the city life. Just decided to stay here for 2 months. Then I went to Thailand because you know how you have to change your visa after every 3 months. You got to change your visa, go get like a visa run. So I went to Thailand for a few weeks, and then I came back here. It's so it's hard to explain, but I mean, you can really live. I mean, maybe you want to ask these questions later, so I don't know. I'll let you say what you want to say now.
No, I don't know. While you're on it, go ahead. What are we going to say? It's fascinating.
Well, you can live really well, depending on how, if I'm not a drinker for one, I don't go out at night and party. For the most part, I spend most of my money on my apartment. Right now I'm spending like $600 a month, but it's a really, really nice place. And that includes my electricity and my Wi-Fi. But when I come back, I may look for another place, because I know you can find places for, I've heard people say they have a really nice place for $250. So You know, this place has security. It's got like a really nice little koi fish area downstairs. So you're paying for, you know, you're paying for that. It's got in like a laundry plate. You know, you drop your laundry off to the girl and she'll have it done for you the next day for $2 or $3. It's right by the beach. It's right next to the main like city road where you got all the restaurants and massage places, and it's got everything right nearby. But like I said, when I come back, I may look for another place where, you know, maybe I can find something for $300 or $400 a month. I mean, I can live right now. I'm living on about $1,000 a month, and I feel like I live really well. I only spend like about $100 a week on food and like going out and stuff like that. I don't have a scooter right now. I love to walk. I spend maybe 2 or 3 hours at the beach working out and swimming. I'm really into swimming. So, Da Nang is really the perfect place for me because it's got amazing food. It's got a beautiful beach. The water is to be honest with you, if you go like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or even 2 in the afternoon, the water is almost too warm. It's like bath water, you know. If you want to go to cool down a little, you can. It's literally like super warm. So it's funny, like people are here at 5:30 in the morning at the beach, like hanging out, and then the beach will be totally cleared out during the day. Sometimes I'm the only person there swimming on the whole beach. You know,
Yeah.
I'll look up and down the beach. There'll be like nobody else there. I'll be like the only person. And then by 5 o'clock, 4:30 or 5, it's packed. The locals come, you know, they like it early in the morning when it's cooler, and then later in the afternoon when the sun is going down.
Exactly. So that's great. So you sound like you're maybe an adventurous type, maybe like more like a slow traveler. You're not really looking for a place that's like happily ever after, or are you? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I plan on staying here for a while. There's no reason really for me to leave. It's super safe. It's you know, Mexico, Puerto Escondido for the most part was safe, but you know, I was a DJ. I was out at night sometimes, and you know, there's definitely a dark side to living in Mexico. You know, I mean, you gotta watch your back sometimes. You know, I never had any problems, but I had friends that sometimes did. You know,
Yeah.
but over here, I feel like I can walk around anytime, and I mean, nobody's ever. The only thing you got to watch out for are the scooters when you're crossing the street, because you know how that is. You got to like kind of weave in and out of them. But you know, everybody's super nice. Here, you have to leave every 3 months, which is kind of nice because it kind of breaks up the, you know, kind of adventurous. I like seeing new places and stuff like that. So after 3 months, I start to get a little bit, feel like I want to check out a new place. So it gives me a good opportunity to go to, you know, I love Thailand. I'll do that. I'll stay here for 3 months and then probably go to Thailand for 1 or 2 months and then come back here and just do that. Just bounce back and forth.
Yeah, they have work permits. They have education permits. They have marriage. There's ways you could do it.
Yeah.
But they don't have a retirement one. I like it actually. I like the idea. I mean, people think, oh, I'm going to do a visa run, and they'll go to a country next door for like 2, 3, 4 days or a week and come back. For me, the whole idea of a visa run is I'm going to go somewhere interesting. I'll research and go spend a couple weeks, couple months, whatever, and then then come back. Once you pay that airfare, Asia pretty much is cheap everywhere. Vietnam's a little cheaper than other places, but you know, once you're going, why not go and see some, cover some new ground and, mix things up. So I don't mind it at all. 4 times a year doing a visa run, to me is not a problem.
It's like having a little mini vacation every 3 months, go away for another month or 2 months to a different place. It's amazing to explore new places. I went to Thailand, and I think it was a 3-week trip that I took, and I spent the first 3 nights in Bangkok. And then I had already been all over Thailand, everywhere except for Chiang Mai. But I was like, you know what, this time I'll give Pattaya a chance. I've heard like good and bad things about it. And I knew it was like super inexpensive compared to like Koh Samui. And I just wanted a cheap little holiday after leaving Vietnam. I got to Pattaya, and I was there for like 3 nights, and that was like about perfect. I just wasn't into it. So I went to, there's a little island about a 15 or 20 minute ferry ride or boat ride, a speedboat ride away from Pattaya. Well, I was there for 3 weeks, but it was amazing. I think when I leave here or when I come back in December, I'll spend 3 months here, and then I'll go to that island again for probably a month. I loved it. It had beautiful beaches on it. Let me give you a quick look about like what you can get for like $500 here. So here's a little deck outside.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow, that's a big balcony.
Yeah. And then I get a nice big king size, little studio area here, a big king size bed.
Yeah.
It's got a little kitchen area. I don't know. Can you see where I'm going?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Thanks for sharing. That's great. So that includes your utilities. Oh, nice big.
Yep.
Yeah, nice big tub.
Tub, bathroom, and yeah, it's perfect. I mean, for $500, I mean, how can you beat this in San Francisco? Would be $2,500 these days,
Oh, easy.
Yeah. I mean, I can't complain at all about the price, even at $500, because it includes your utilities and like I said, Wi-Fi, and I'm literally 3 minutes away walking to the beach.
So are you into it sounds like you like Vietnamese food. Do you eat in like the local Vietnamese restaurants, or are you going to the more expat restaurants that are serving steaks and, more Western kind of foods?
I do about half and half.
Yeah.
I do, believe it or not, I do Grab a lot, because Grab, you can get like this more. I'll give you for instance, this morning I had a pesto toast thing.
Yeah.
And what else did I had? A pesto toast and like a acai bowl, or like something like, it wasn't acai, but it was like a frozen thing with like yolk, granola and fresh fruit. And that was less than $5 delivered. So for lunch, I had a huge fruit salad and a chicken pita from this Turkish restaurant, and that was also less than $5. So for $10 today, I had two amazing meals. If I went to a Vietnamese place, you could probably spend maybe $2.50 for a nice meal. So there's some days where I'll only spend $10 for the whole day. And then there's other days where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out and get steak or something like that, and I'll spend maybe $25 or something like that for a big steak and a glass of wine. It all depends on, I don't really see anybody even ever, unless you're a huge drinker, how you could even spend more than $30-40 a day. It's almost impossible unless you're like shopping for stuff. And I don't grocery shop. I have a little kitchen, but I use it for making coffee. But just because it's so cheap to go get food, I just I don't know. When I come back, I may start doing some grocery shopping and make my own oatmeal in the morning, or make my own eggs, or grilled cheese or stuff. But for $2 or $3, you can get like pho or a banh mi sandwich. I mean, it's so healthy to eat here for cheap. So
have you tried to do any dating yet there? What are your thoughts about that? If you're single, would you recommend it as a place for people to date, or what are your thoughts?
To be honest with you, not really. I've met a couple girls. I met a couple girls, but nothing's really come out of it. You know what I mean? I'm not like in a hurry to date. I'm just kind of like feeling my way around the city and doing my own thing every day. I spend a lot of time working on music, but eventually it'd be nice to find a girl. I mean, there's a beautiful girls here, and they're all like super friendly and in shape. Everybody. It's funny coming from USA. You don't see hardly anybody like that are like super overweight here, man. Even the older people are on the beach in the mornings and night, like working out and jogging in place and doing, I don't know if it's martial arts moves or whatever, but they're definitely constantly trying to keep in shape. And I like that. Because, at this time of my life, that's really all I really want to do is kind of live a healthy lifestyle,
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they have like group calisthenics and group yoga and group meditation. It's all like on the beach in the morning, and
Yeah,
it's
that's so
really quite a
cool.
sight. I kind of wake up early in the morning, and so I go out there and walk around, and I'll run or do whatever, get some exercise, and it's just fun people watching me there.
I don't have any health insurance right now. I'm 58 and I'm going to be 59 in a few months. I'm knock on wood. I'm super healthy. I really don't think I've ever had to go to like the hospital for like anything, or knock on wood again. But what I hear from different people is it's super cheap here to go to get like checkups or whatever. I'm going to go to a dentist next week. I think it was like $30 or something like that for cleaning.
We'd seen pretty much all of Vietnam, and our favorites are Nha Trang, Da Nang, and Da Lat. Da Lat's up in the mountains. They have like tea gardens up there and wine vineyards, and it's cool. It's like a place to go in the heat of the summer if you want a break, and it's
Nice.
it's a beautiful place too. And then of course Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh are places you'd want to go. Maybe you want to be in a city, and
I want to check out Hanoi for sure.
Yeah, you'll like Hanoi. There's an area of town, the oldest part of the city, has this lake and has two temples in the middle of the lake. And at night when you walk around this lake, people are like doing ballroom dancing and stuff. Like 30 people in a group that go there like on whatever Friday and Saturday nights, and they're just excellent dancers, and there's just people walking everywhere. It's really a fun city to hang out in.
Wow, that's amazing.
If you're into nightlife, it's hard to beat Hanoi. And it's the same thing, really cheap. Not quite as cheap as Da Nang or Nha Trang, but definitely check out Hanoi. It sounds like you're having a great life.
No complaints, man. It's leaving the USA was the best thing I ever did. I was under a lot of stress with work. I don't know. I just, living in a city, living in San Francisco for 13 or 14 years, it got on my nerves after a while. In the beginning, it was amazing. I don't know. I'm like you, like to travel around and see different places all the time. I could even see that being a slow traveler, like you said, would be kind of cool. Actually, like maybe just go to different places for a few months. Maybe I'll do that next. Stay here for a couple of years and then do that and bounce around to different places.
Did you want to share your channel so people can check out your music?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that would be amazing.
I will. But what's the name of it if they want to Google it? And I'll also put a link, and I'll put the name on the screen here when this goes live, and a link below in the comments.
I know my Instagram is Colors in Space Recording. I think it's just Colors in Space.
I have the link for it. It's at Colors in Space.
Yeah, that's it.
And the @ Colors in Space.
So do you guys actually, is this your job, the video thing? The travel channel? I mean, you make enough money to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we make about 1/3 of our money on YouTube and another 2/3 on memberships. We have a Retire Overseas course and of course a hobby income course, and we have around 270 ebooks. But we've been doing this for 8 years, and so it's a membership people can join, and it pays for more than our expenses. So, and we were doing it for free, honestly, when it first started, just because we enjoy it. So it's not really a lot of sweat off our back. It's what we like to do, make videos and travel. So, and it pays for itself.
That's amazing, man. I was thinking if I could even just make an extra $100 a week doing something online, that would be amazing. I'm going to try to do something with my music.
Yeah, what you could do is you probably are, if you're making electronic music, you're probably using a program, right?
I use program, but I also use a lot of hardware stuff. But yeah, I use some software stuff. Yeah.
You could do videos teaching people how to do it. In addition to having your own music, you could have a training course. And you could have, and a lot of people are interested in DJing and creating music. So you could talk about the products and stuff like that.
If you'd like my free ebook about how I fired my boss and traveled the world for 17 years and how I pay for things, come to Vagabond Buddha and grab the free ebook. To read the Da Nang Retire Cheap Report, click the first link in the notes below this YouTube video.